Oh, looks like we are good to go. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy Narik Chase, and in this video, I am happy to have Kenner with me from the BBQ Network. Kenner, go ahead and just introduce yourself and let them know where they can find you on your social media platforms.
Oh, hi everybody, and Nerik's got one of the greatest channels out there. I got BBQ Network, BBQ Ntwk or Network, and that's on YouTube and on Twitter. I hope everyone's having a great day, and we're gonna do an interesting topic here today. And thank you so much to Nerik.
Oh, thank you. You had a really good idea for a video, and I've been so busy that we haven't. It's unfortunate I haven't been able to get up with you. With conflicting schedules and everything. But I'm glad that you took the time out to just come, just propose another project, and I really appreciate that, sir.
Oh yeah, no, my pleasure. It's been a busy couple of months, and this is a real cool idea. And getting towards Halloween and everything too, it kind of fits in with that in general. So.
All right. So in this video, we are going to be talking about villains, our favorite villains, best villains from the 1990s, and it's going to consist of movie villains as well as TV villains, right?
Yeah, movie villains, TV villains, any villains, I guess even whoever.
Okay, comics included and games. Oh, well, fine. I'm just
that sounds
villains of the
that sounds
90s.
that sounds awesome too, man. There's a lot of good villains in the video games of the '90s, of course.
Okay, cool. I am good. I'm good with you on that one. My list done got a little bit longer.
Exactly.
All right.
Man.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you start this one off. We're gonna make this actually a break of debates. We haven't been able to get up with uh, KP in a while, and I hadn't done a break of debates in a while. We'll just go ahead and make this a addition of the break of debates. So I'm not gonna take over the conversation. I'm gonna go ahead and let Kenner go ahead and do his thing, sir. Would you just lead us into this conversation?
Man, it's an honor to be on this show. I ended up following your show from watching it from something else, so it's an honor to be a part of a new episode. Been a part of some other ones. Villains in the '90s, they went in a very interesting direction. The action villains in the '90s ended up getting kind of skinnier, and Arnold and Stallone, started to do less and less big movies, and same with the villains of action, horror, and thrillers. Um, Fatal Attraction became the most popular thriller of all time, one of the highest grossing movies in the late '80s. And so that started a whole new trend of '90s '90s villain for thrillers. So for that category, or for just people in that genre, I'll name some that I really like. Now these are '90s villains. And this first one is called The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. The villain in that, I believe her name is Peyton. Now this bitch is crazy. She she has a very unfortunate miscarriage. It's very sad for anyone that's ever experienced that. It's very sad. But then she reacts to that very poorly. And so this is a very humanizing villain. You relate to her because that's a common thing that happens. So everyone's humanized and relate to this Peyton Flanders or whatever her name is. And she ends up, breastfeeding this child that's not her and becoming a nanny. It's through illicit means. She becomes the nanny and stealing this lady's asthma medicine and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So there's some really good parts in that movie. That's Rebecca De Mornay playing the villain, and that's Annabella Sciorra. So that's one of the top '90s villains. It's an early '90s movie, and this person performs really well portraying this villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I want to ask Narik, what do you think is like a couple of '90s.
I don't know if you've seen. I'm quite sure you've seen this movie, The Fifth Element.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Uh, Zorg.
Okay, now let me think who portrays Zord. I know Chris Tucker's in it. I know Bruce Willis and who plays the villain?
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Okay, so Gary Oldman's on my list for a different part. Okay, Gary Oldman. I saw this movie opening day. Now we went and we drank a little bit before we went and saw it. And I don't remember having seen it ever since. I'd love to see it again. I want to see the villain and maybe get the little DVD and the making of it. What does he bring to it? He's kind of a entrepreneurial type villain, right? He's kind
Yes,
of
he's a
business.
businessman, and a greedy one too. But he's a
Yeah,
smart businessman.
a greedy guy. So that's a quite a it's quite a beautiful movie. I remember all the great images of it, and
Yes.
Mila Jovovich is a great performance in that.
Yeah, yeah. That's how she got on my radar from that film. But Gary Oldman, the reason why I like him so much as Zorg in that film is he has so much personality, and like I always rank, like I tell people all the time when I rank my villains, one or two got categories or both. They're either badass, like they do some really like uh, running out the wall, wiping out people's type shit, or they have a lot of great personality. He has a lot of great personality. Like every scene he's in is either funny or is really engaging with the stuff that he says. And even though he's a bad guy, he still has some of the best moments in the movie. He has some of the best lines in the movie.
I'm looking at little images of him and now. This is definitely one I gotta rewatch, and he does a great job as the villain in the other Luc Besson movie, The Professional. The Professional. It's called Leon with Natalie Portman and John Renault, and he plays a hitman trying to kill Natalie Portman in that.
I've seen a professional, but it's been so long, I really don't remember anything from it.
Yeah, he's relentless in that one. I really gotta rewatch your one. The Fifth Element. That's really a cool one. That leads me right into Romeo is Bleeding. Romeo is Bleeding is a very rare Gary Oldman movie, made right around the same time as maybe Fifth Element and True Romance, one of his other '90s movies. Now he plays a cop, a very corrupt cop, but the villain in this movie is by a woman named Lena Olin. Lena Olin is, I don't know what nationality she is. I think European of some kind. And she's scary in this movie. She's a hitman, and she tries to strangle him many times. Uh, One time with her legs, a couple times with her hands. She kills Juliette Lewis in it. Spoiler alert. You gotta go ahead and check this movie out. It's from 26 years ago. I saw it February 4th, 1993. It's a wonderful movie. You got Roy Scheider in it from Jaws. Romeo is Bleeding. He's a cop. He's burying money in his backyard. And he's trying to make sure he doesn't get killed by the different people. And she's scary in it. Really a really intense villain. So that goes to our point even more. You got, Gary Oldman, not a typical type of villain, not like he's not gonna scare the socks out of everyone and threaten them physically. And then you got Lena Olin who, she does threaten people physically in Romeo is Bleeding, but she doesn't look like a crazy villain. Not like how they looked in the '80s. And then you got a crazy, the other one I mentioned earlier. So, what do you feel is one of your favorite comic book villains of the '90s?
Some of my favorite, and I say probably the most iconic of all of them, especially that was actually fleshed out during the like in television animated series, of course, is Mark Hamill's Joker. He is,
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
yes, he's probably the most fleshed out one of any television show. But yes, he is definitely probably my favorite character. I wish I had a little bit more insight into the comics of the '90s because I didn't follow the comics of the '90s like that. But as far as comic book villains that were actually really prominent, I would say Mark Hamill's Joker from the Batman the animated series.
Yeah, the episode of that scene, that's incredible. Uh, just some of the greatest work of all time.
Hmm.
I heard a rumor that Bill Murray was in talk to be the Joker for Batman Forever. You know, when they made Batman Forever, they were going to recast Joker as, not get Jack Nicholson back, but put Bill Murray in it. Were you
Yeah,
ever opposed to that or like that in the mid 90s getting a Bill Murray in there?
I'm on the fence. I think Bill Murray is a funny actor and he does a lot of comedic roles, but it's seldom do you see him be able to kind of seldom do you see him do like a kind of a serious role because if you're typically playing the Joker, you got to be able to bounce back between serious and comedic. There's one thing I like about Jack Nicholson. He's a really serious actor, but it was nice seeing him play a character that's a bit goofy, and I think it worked. But Bill Murray, I'd be interested to see it. I wouldn't necessarily be posed against it for that time period in that piece. So I'm a bit on the fence.
Yeah, it was interesting. I came across that online. I didn't really know what to feel about it because in the 90s he started doing some interesting work. One of the movies here is him being the villain in a movie called Mad Dog and Glory. And this is a really rare movie where Robert De Niro is a crime scene photographer, and Uma Thurman is, I guess she's a prostitute, but she basically gets lit to him because Robert De Niro saves Bill Murray's life, but then Bill Murray turns out to be a really, kind of evil mobster type guy.
Yeah.
So that actually threw me for a loop. That was one of the first Bill Murray movies I ever saw. So I thought, oh wow, that's Bill Murray. He's kind of a bad guy. He's a mobster. So he did good. He kind of plays that he's like a Chicago or New York type mobster type guy, and that one was really impressive. I think one of the ones that just, if we're making a Mount Rushmore of these 90s villains, I don't know what face you'd have to put on that mountain, but it would have to be probably Nicolas Cage's face, I guess, or John Travolta's,
Yeah.
Face Off.
Face Off.
They do such a good job, the two of them, uh, both performing as each other, that they, both the hero and the villain. Such a great dichotomy in the movie, and that's probably the top of the heap of the '90s villains. And alongside with that, I would say Demolition Man, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. That he played Simon Phoenix.
Yeah, I would
One.
say
Yes. Yes.
those two situations. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got Nicolas Cage and in Face Off, and then Simon Phoenix, Demolition Man.
Simon
And
Phoenix is one of my favorite villains because
oh,
he was badass and he was funny. He was entertaining.
so entertaining. He goes to that ATM in that first couple scenes.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, it's so incredible. And you know what, man? I've lived in Orange County a little bit and driven around that area. There's a couple areas you're driving around these business centers, and you're like, wow, that's exactly where they made Demolition Man. It's kind of it's scary looking, actually, like the mirrored buildings and everything. And I'd love to see those cars. He just does such an incredible job. Now, he lost out on being Blade again now, if you believe all the stories. They brought out the new Blade guy. I say making a Demolition Man either direct to video or doing something with that property in some way. Maybe just get together, make a new Demolition Man. There's a new version of Simon Phoenix that's frozen. He comes up in the year, 3500, and you do the whole thing again. But yeah, that would be my favorite incarnation of a '90s villain rebooted.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna reboot Face Off, but I'd rather see Simon Phoenix brought back with our man Wesley.
Yeah. Maybe even have him as a clone.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
He's an older clone now. I mean, just Terminator gets away with it. Terminator movies aren't good, but they could get away with that other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
You know what's ironic about you just mentioning Terminator?
Yeah.
One of my favorite villains on Terminator,
Robert Patrick.
T-1000. One of the best.
It's incredible, man. It's like when you think '90s villains, that one should be right up on the mountain too. It's basically that one and Face Off guy, Simon Phoenix. It's a cool looking Mount Rushmore for sure.
Yeah. I enjoyed Robert Patrick's performance as the T-1000. He was cold. He was ruthless. And he definitely had the physical. You know how some characters speak with their words and some with their physical expressions?
Yes.
He did a fantastic job with just the physical expressions. With the way he looked at his way his eyes were, just how serious his face was. He just looked so definitely one of the best. If there's like a top 10 list, he was definitely on the top 10 list.
When he kills those parents and he wants to, when he kills those parents, that's a pretty brutal scene.
Yeah.
I was 8 or 9 when I saw that. And I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta go get some information from those parents and that kid's gonna get in trouble. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, that kid's gonna get in trouble. His parents are gonna get mad at that kid. Really, really cool. Yeah, I do remember almost everything about that movie, seeing it, how I react to it, and then he pulled over someone, and he was cold, and he kind of redoes that kind of role in what is that one? It's a horror movie, The Faculty, late '90s horror movie, The Faculty. He does a real good job as a villain in that movie, playing an alien.
Yeah, he was like the gym teacher or something, right?
Yeah, really possessed and a really good performance. Him and a couple other people. You know what? I bought the DVD and it don't work. I'm gonna get another one of that. That's a real underrated movie. A fun little thriller, horror movie, more I guess. Two are kind of, I guess, like an intellectual type villain is Robert De Niro again, not being a hero like he is in Mad Dog and Glory, but here he is in The Fan. The Fan, he's a villain, and here we got Wesley Snipes as the hero. Wesley Snipes is a baseball player, and De Niro starts stalking him. And, he kills Benicio del Toro in the movie. And this is a mid-'90s movie directed by Tony Scott, really overlooked at the time. A tremendous movie. I highly recommend that. And also around the time, a movie that was more of a hit, The Firm. The set of villains in The Firm.
I have yet to see that.
They do a good job in that movie of creating the mafia as being a big villain, both legally and, you got Wilford Brimley, the guy that's trying to sell you oatmeal and shit. He's a villain. Physical threat to Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise ain't a big guy.
Yeah.
And you got the rest of the mafia, these old guys. That's kind of as I see it as an adult, a scary kind of movie because he's in a situation that he's in over his head, and I kind of like movies like that. I guess similarly, you got Indecent Proposal, Robert Redford trying to buy Demi Moore for one night for $1 million. He's the villain in that movie, but yet.
I remember my wife was telling me about that movie.
Yeah, that movie's cool, man. He loses some money in Vegas. It's just like Honeymoon in Vegas. I see Honeymoon in Vegas, one's a comedy and one's a drama. So I guess the villains in both of those movies do a really good job. Um, what do you think about Con Air? What's your favorite villain in that one?
Honestly, I haven't seen Con Air. I don't think I've ever watched it. I think I might have
Oh,
seen a clip here and there, but I haven't actually sat down and watched the entire movie.
you know what? I haven't seen it in years either, and I wrote it down here, and looking forward to rewatching that one. I saw that the day it came out, maybe a couple other times too, but a couple other movies I have as a set here, all kind of similar. They got the villain Phantom. Treat Williams plays the villain in the Phantom.
Oh yeah,
Shadow, yeah, John Lone plays the villain in The Shadow.
I
And
didn't see
then
that
you got
one.
all the different villains and Dick Tracy.
Yes, I like
And
Dick Tracy.
oh yeah, so these are a whole big set of movies. All these movies are kind of similar. And you got the ones in Rocketeer too, Timothy Dalton as so I say that's where it's at for 90s villains too. Kind of a comic book adventure kind of villain was real popular though. Not one of those movies was a hit, but they all became kind of an archetype, I guess. Now I like Dick Tracy.
Yeah, you're a little bit muffled.
Oh shoot! I hope we got good audio. I'm sorry, man.
You good?
Get more better situation. So Al Pacino does a good villain in Dick Tracy, and what are some ones? What do you think about Independence Day, Volcano? The environment becomes kind of a villain.
Yeah, the antagonistic force of nature. Yes,
Yeah.
nature can be a very powerful antagonist or villainous force in the movie. And Volcano, Dante's Peak, you know what I'm saying? And those are villains in those films that you can't beat.
What are your favorite one between Voltaire and Dante's Peak and Twister? Like between those three,
What was the question?
what do you like better between those three? Twister, Volcano, or Dante's Peak? I guess the threat of the villain. Which one do you like think they do a better job with?
I'm honestly, I like Twister. I think Twister's okay film.
Yeah.
Dante's Peak, I don't remember a lot about it. But Volcano is probably the most recent one I've seen, and that's been years ago. But I like the performances by Tommy Lee Jones. I like the cast that they had. I like the situation because in Dante's Peak, it's in an area where you would expect a volcano to possibly erupt. And Twister, in the area where you would see, possibly see tornadoes. But in Volcano, it was more of a unique situation because it's a volcano just erupted up out of a city that you don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I like that one.
I really like that. I like that aspect of it. Man, they're all cool. I mean, Dante's Peak, I haven't seen it in long as some
Yeah.
time. I see Twister almost all the time, so I watch that one quite a lot. But I love some scenes in Volcano. I gotta be honest. I really do like some parts of Volcano. It's a real good one. We haven't really ever done a video, about like the Children of the Corn movies, but
I need to
uh,
get on that. I need to watch those. I need to get on that.
yeah, two Children of the Corn movies came out in the 90s, that I know of at least, and I believe it's Children of the Corn 2 and Children of the Corn 3. And in Children of the Corn 2, it's more of a typical set of villains of evil children, but in Children of the Corn 3, it's a more particular child that's evil that they're brought to an urban area and start getting involved in gangs and everything like that. I found that to be a very cool movie actually. You got Charlize Theron as an extra in it, and you know this urban harvest is just uh, using the gangs and the urban area problems with the Children of the Corn plot. Not doing a really good horror movie. And I guess urban horror in general at that time. You got Candyman, like
Yep.
one of the movies, Bones.
Scream, Urban Legend. Well, I'm not sure about Urban Legends, but Scream definitely.
Oh yeah, Scream became so popular. Um,
Uh,
yeah, they were an incredibly popular movie. I remember this big movie theater open, and Scream was the big movie that night. Yep.
have you ever? I know you watched Xena Warrior Princess, right?
Oh yeah, she was beautiful too. I always wonder what happened to that actress.
No, she's still acting.
She's still. They should bring it back.
She was in one of the Spartacus series. She was recently in Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah,
I mean,
so she's been.
I like the like Hercules. That was a big show too.
Yeah,
Kevin Sorbo.
yeah. I was because one of my favorite villains on there, which I like the villain, I really do. I wish they could have did a bit more with her. Was Callisto?
Yeah, that's season 2.
Yeah, she's. For those who don't know, Callisto is basically the evil version of Xena. She could fight really good. She did the whole screaming thing. Um, and she had good reason. She actually had a good reason to be the way she was, is because when Xena was on her like tyrannical reign when she was younger, she ended up killing Callisto's family. So the whole thing is Callisto's trying to get revenge. But I really enjoyed her. I really enjoyed that character.
I did too, man. I was going through the Wednesday trying to, make more content with Cena and everything. Make another Xena show. But I'm glad that she's still acting. Um, I don't know if you've done a commentary or a video for this movie, but this one's called Super Mario Brothers. I absolutely love Dennis Hopper as Koopa in it.
I like Dennis Hopper. Don't get me wrong, because he's one of those actors. Like, okay, the movie had a lot of problems, admittedly, but he did a great job of making like he did a great job with his scenes. He was very entertaining in the movie.
He's very entertaining. He
Yes.
shrinks that. He puts that button and he evolves that one guy that's the musician.
Yeah.
That's a pretty emotional scene.
Uh, I, I do like that. I do like his character. I do like his character in the
It's
film.
incredible, man. I gotta say, so, yeah, I think Timothy Dalton and Rocketeer, Rocketeer, very underrated movie, but that guy's trying to steal the rocket. He's like a Nazi. You got Koopa and Super Mario Brothers. Both those movies didn't do too much money. Um,
I tell you another great movie that Wesley Snipes did, where he was just an asshole the entire movie. I don't know if you've seen it, where he played Nino Brown, the drug dealer in New Jack City.
oh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I have it. I got a 2-disc DVD of it. One of the DVDs isn't working too good right now. I'm a little frustrated, but that's in 1991, March of 91. And Ebert likes it, Siskel doesn't,
yeah,
and most critics really do like it. It's a hit. You got Judd Nelson in it, all the different people, but he does a great job. I
yeah,
thought his other villains, his other co-villains, and how they're trying to become his lieutenant and everything. I
yes.
thought that was a real good dynamic.
And I like it. What makes him so cool in this movie is he's very charismatic.
Yeah, he's great. I thought
Yeah,
that was an Oscar type movie if they put it out and marketed it more. It's his best role. Maybe you got Jungle Fever up there, White Man Can't Jump, Demolition Man, and that. Just incredible acting by him.
mm-hmm.
Money Train, that villain was good in it too. You got Wesley as the hero.
Yeah. Yeah, he was featured in with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, that's a real killer in real life. That villain, he supposedly killed his wife.
Oh my lord.
I don't really know. Pulp Fiction doesn't really have a villain, I guess. I guess there's a lot of different villains, but I guess the whole dynamic of Pulp Fiction is good. You don't really know who's
Yeah.
the bad guy or
Yeah,
hero
there's
or
really no
whatever
good
it
guy
is.
and really no bad guy. Just everybody doing
Yeah,
their thing.
and blending it. So that happened quite a lot in the 90s, where it happened in other decades too, but it became a kind of a thing that you gotta imitate. Oh, yeah, who's this guy? Who's that guy? Um, another one kind of similar. You got Devil's Advocate, and you got another one with Al Pacino called Glenn Glenn Ross. Both are kind of business type movies. One where he's playing the devil, another one where he's this bad business guy. Both of those are cool because they're real serious. You know, no action or anything, but they get into the idea of how everything in business is kind of like, they're doing bad deals and all this. Um, I really do like that. Now, more of an action type movie is Snake Eyes. That's an action movie with Nicolas Cage. I thought Gary Sinise, he does a great job in that. He's
Hmm.
the crippled guy in Forrest Gump. He does a good job as the villain in Snake Eyes. But well, Eraser. You like the, do you like that idea? Do you like that movie?
He said Erasers
Eraser, the one with
with Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger and Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
The guy, I remember the guy, but I don't remember like what his motivation was. I know he was like into selling these crazy guns and all of that, and he was. I just don't like remember him like that. I hadn't
Yeah,
seen the movie in so long.
he doesn't do the best job then, I guess, but I thought that his betrayal of Arnold is memorable, and I thought that, what else do I feel about him? Because I look back on that movie a lot, and I've watched it a lot recently, but before I started watching it, it's that they can erase people, and that if they can use that for the wrong purposes, it's a real bad situation. And even as old guy is the guy in charge of it all, he was real. He'd shoot people. And he didn't give a fuck. He was tired. So he could race people and all that. So yeah, I always thought, Eraser had it made 20, 30 million more, maybe they'd make a sequel to it. Because I love that movie. It's underrated, but
Yeah, you think they would have made a sequel to that?
yeah, the thing is, it cost about 90 million, and it made about 110, 115 worldwide, or maybe a little bit more. But then they fought when they made it, and Schwarzenegger had to direct some of the scenes.
Yeah.
So so that's the last. I mean, I haven't seen Six Day and End of Days in recent years, but he does a real good job of being heroic against the villainous situation
Yeah.
in that. That's like his last gasp of being this great hero.
Did you
Man,
have you seen? I know you've seen The Matrix
oh yeah,
and Agent Smith.
that's the best. That might be the most memorable of the '90s. Agent Smith. I think his niece is in a movie now called Ready or Not. And this is an intro and great villain. I like some of the other villains too. They're just kind of shadowy, brunette male type guys, and it's incredible. Now, what do you feel? Obviously, the Wachowskis have gone through I don't know what you call it, transformation.
Yes, they have.
So now one of them don't want to make the movie, and the other one does. I don't know who's who, and they're gonna make the fourth movie in it. What do you feel? What are your thoughts about that one?
I would have been on board until they said that they were bringing back some of the original cast, like Trinity. If they would have said possibly like Morphe, like anybody else but Neo and Trinity, and Smith. Like if they'd have left those three characters out, because those three characters are gone. Maybe if this was, I don't know if this is gonna be a prequel or a sequel. Because if it's a prequel, I could kind of get the fact Trinity will be in the movie, but then again at the same time, it feels like they can't. Because me personally, I think the Matrix is big enough to make different stories. Like because it's a war. So there are a lot of things that are going on, a lot of operations going on, a lot of missions going on, a lot of characters they could dive into, a lot of aspects that the three movies didn't dive into. We can get that in a fourth movie, but I feel like they should have just, if they're going to make a fourth movie, don't bring back any of those characters. If this is a sequel to the third one, sure, bring back Niobe, bring back Morpheus because they didn't die. Bring back some of maybe a few of those characters, fine, but don't bring back these guys because you know everybody likes these characters, so you're trying to make a what I'm saying, like just like bringing back Neo. You like the Matrix because of Neo, even though you like the other characters. You like the Matrix because of Neo. Don't make another movie with Neo in it when he's dead.
Keanu Reeves gave his life to save the Trinity, to carry on Moss. Isn't that how the third one ended?
No, she died actually.
He died too. Okay, so they both died. Um,
And yeah, because in the first movie he died, she brought him back. In the second movie she died, he brought her back. And then in the third movie they both died. Now I know people argue and say that they don't know if he died in the third one. No, he died. Stop, he died.
they gotta try to retcon it in some way. I don't get the appeal other than just to make some easy money on it, because the last one didn't make as much as they could have. But you need to have I don't know, man. He's a great villain for that time, but now we know about computers. What's the next level? They have to go to the next level with it. I don't know how it's gonna work.
Like I said, but the Matrix, that there are a lot of things that they could have what I'm saying, that's in there because it's so much that could have been explored. Like when they said that vampires and werewolves and stuff are basically just computer programs that are just acting a fool. There are so many computer programs,
Cool.
yeah,
They
that they
should
could have,
explore that more.
yeah, the,
But to put on screen, uh, okay, and what you put on screen is what the audience kind of expects for the next stuff. Is they've set up the expectation of stuff that's kind of like that we've moved past as a culture. Like the internet has now become so prolific that the stuff in the Matrix doesn't seem as advanced. So I'm wondering if it's like, I know Matrix is way more popular than hackers, of course, but it's
yes.
like I wonder if it's like making hackers almost. It's like um, it, it's weird. I was wondering about that because I do actually like the villain in hackers. You got Lorraine Bracco, Fisher Stevens, and then I started thinking, what's the difference? Almost, it's like the Matrix is way more intricate and way more
Yes.
sci-fi and a lot more content to it and everything like that. So,
What if in the new Matrix, and I could kind of see it this way. Did you ever see Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
yeah, I saw that one.
Okay, there was a fragile peace between the people and the apes. Now, on both sides, they were trying to disrupt it. There was apes that wanted to disrupt the peace with the humans because they hated humans so much, and there were humans that wanted to disrupt the peace with the apes because they hated the apes so much. I could actually see a fourth Matrix film if there were humans on one side that wanted to just that couldn't live with peace with the machines and wanted to start the war up against the machines, and the machines doing the exact same thing, and our main protagonist trying to keep this peace. Now that's the only way I can actually like fully have a fully fleshed out Matrix story, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually good with that.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go about it. I mean, other than like being that weird, scary thing where there are all of those pods and all that. That's really, I don't know. That's a really scary concept.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Matrix. So that, okay, we're in 2019 right now. I wonder when they'll make that play, like 2022 or so.
Because if you think about it, say there's a computer program that I guess you could say is like a virus, something similar to Smith, and utilizing like you were saying with hackers and the way people are on social media and stuff. What if that computer program or that person is trying to start this war up or kill off whatever side that they're trying to do is utilizing social media within the world of the Matrix to infect it?
Yeah. It's so scary when you think about it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering really is it people aren't going to leave their house to go see the Matrix as much as they used to because they're already in the Matrix. They're already at home. Part of the Matrix. It's really kind of true, and that's true for every movie. They're not going to leave to go see any movie. Oh man. Well, I mean, Gremlins 2 came out in the 90s. That one, I think they do a really good job. You got this, like, evil Trump type guy. I mean, he'd probably be trying to do Matrix type stuff if he could, but what happens is you got these gremlins that end up being involved in business and all this. And I think Gremlins 2, the new batch, I think we did the DVD for it, but like you, I don't like getting in my own that special feature, so I haven't found one at all. But I look forward to buying that when I do find it. It's an incredible movie. I think it's.
Have you seen Misery?
Oh yeah, so that's one of the greater villains. Jesus, she won an Oscar for it.
Annie Wilkes. She was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
She was awesome. She was really good. That was like she was just off the chain.
She's off the chain, and I guess we got name her. We gotta go right to Silence of the Lambs because you got two villains right there. Anthony Hopkins wins, and he's
Yes.
kind of a villain, kind of the hero. And you got Buffalo Dog or Buffalo Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, he a real bad villain. Damn, Annie, she may win it through the. I mean, it's not like there's a real championship, but she's clearly one of the best villains of all time. So.
Mm-hmm. I like Hannibal Lecter because of how like his intelligence.
He's great. He knows he's in a situation. He can use it to his advantage. He sees the woman. He starts talking to her, and then he gets all the other information from these other killers.
Yes.
These killers are sending him information. It's crazy. Very, very crazy set of books that they made, maybe 6 or 8 movies from now, but I say by the time we're older, they'll make another 5 or 6 movies. Remake Silence of the Lambs, why not?
I wouldn't even say remake it. Just go ahead and continue. Why not have like an original story?
They basically tried to do it with Hannibal Rising. That was, I think, in 2007. And then they did the Hannibal TV show, which was a 2000s TV show. And then they did Red Dragon, which was in kind of a 90s movie, but 2002 is when it came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's weird when you think about it. A lot of the movies from the 2000s, they kind of remind me of 90s movies. You got Domestic Disturbance, Vince Vaughn playing a villain straight out of the 90s, but he's more in the 2000s there. He's basically antagonizing John Travolta in that one. So for people that like a thriller, I say Domestic Disturbance is a real good situation. Now, similarly, we got guys all sorts of different trouble nowadays. James Woods has been in some trouble or been in the news, but he's a tremendous actor, and he's in one called The Specialist. Not a perfect movie. Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, and James Woods. James Woods does a great job as the villain. Also Eric Roberts, Rod Steiger. I say just if someone likes James Woods, he does a good performance in it, and obviously he's a great villain in Casino as well. But
I know you. Three of my favorite three. Count them three. Three of my favorite female villains all time. I bet you. I bet you they on your list as well. The Sanderson sisters.
Say it again.
The Sanderson sisters. I believe that's how you say it.
Which movie? Where's this?
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, they're great. That's a great movie, man. I just didn't put it on my list. I couldn't think of that.
It's yeah, it's a fun film. It's for little kids and everything. And even though
Yeah.
it's it has a lot of humor in it, and it can be dark at times, but it has a lot of humor in it. But what makes it so interesting are these three characters, how they interact. And they're just so goofy. They're like the female versions of the Three Stooges.
As a side note, do you think they'll bring that back? I think they can bring it back. Maybe they'll.
I know they've been trying to work with the sequel for it. I'm not sure a sequel will work because how much time it is and how people like the children that they were focused on then. The perspective of those children are different now, and
Yeah.
the same kids now probably wouldn't like what came out then. I would say if they, I'd say either they reboot it. I'd go with like a television series, and somebody that had a really good eye for kind of horror, but at the same time humor as well. That one's a fine line because I want to see it brought back in some capacity. I don't think a movie is for it. Uh, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing like a maybe a 2 3 episode miniseries. And
I think Disney Plus now. I mean, that was a successful movie. I know the DVD of it has been a big seller through the years.
because I've got it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
So I'm on the fence about it. I'm interested in seeing either a reboot, but the sequel is I think it's been a little too long.
A sequel, yeah, it's 25 or 26 years later now. Uh, I guess Ike Turner came out the same summer. I think I saw Hocus Pocus and What's Love Got to Do with It the same day. And Ike Turner, he's a villain. He
Yes,
did
he's a douche in
a
that
good
movie. He
job
was.
in
I gotta give it to him though. What's his name again? Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah, he
Fantastic
did a
job.
real good job in that performance.
Fantastic job. What do you think about Tim Curry's performance as Pennywise? I have to bring that up.
Oh, it's tremendous. Way better than this chap that Pennywise now.
Uh,
I haven't enjoyed. I haven't seen the second one, but I only like one of the scenes from the first, the new movie.
yeah.
The first, the miniseries and everything with Tim Curry, I've always liked. Uh, and if we were doing an '80s villain show, I would put his villain of Annie when he plays an Annie as the musical. He's the
Oh,
bad guy in that. Yeah. Oh my God. We gotta do an '80s villain show. He's tremendous in that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I feel like if Dennis Hopper was in a different movie for Super Mario Brothers, then that would have been like quite an even crazier performance. It's like that movie's so crazy. It could have been something so different.
it would have been better. Honestly, it's like a really it's a movie that you probably would have seen in like the '80s or something. I think the messed that movie up was the fact that they called it the Super Mario Brothers movie. It
That's
wouldn't get
totally true, man. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
really good
If
point.
they hadn't called it that, it probably wouldn't got the backlash that it got. But that I think that's what it was. But again, I did like Dennis Hopper. He was pretty awesome in the movie. Uh,
Yeah, I watch it all the time. I literally, like, once I have the DVD now, I put it on, like, at least once every couple weeks. I don't know what about it. It's something that's so appealing. They do cover some of the bases of the video game. I mean,
yeah.
like, that's what's so weird, but people always say it has nothing to do with it. It actually has quite a lot to do with it.
Hmm.
And so, I would say, like, gangs and gang life. Dangerous Minds, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. And in the late '80s, you had a movie called Colors, where the gangs were bad and everything. This is a new trend in movies in the '80s and mainly in the '90s. And then you got the parody of it with like Scary Movie and Don't Be a Menace to South Central.
Yeah.
Drinking the juice in the hood. Yeah. So I'm gonna get you sucker. That came out in the late '80s. That's a hilarious movie though, by the way. But just this whole idea of the environment that people are in being the villain, and that's kind of an interesting deal because those movies really didn't exist in a serious manner in the '70s and '80s.
Did you watch Total Recall, right?
Oh wow, yeah, we got some great villains there. We got
Michael.
Cohagen.
Yeah, Michael Ironside's character was a complete douche in that movie.
Yeah, he's the lieutenant, and you got Cohagen as the main dude, and then you got that kind of black dude that ends up being pretty malevolent too. He
Yeah,
betrayed
and
that guy.
Sharon Stone as well.
Yeah, Sharon Stone, bad villain. You got the doctor who's trying to give him the blue pill or whatever. Um, oh man,
Yeah.
I started watching the remake of it, and everyone got through it. I'll keep my thoughts pure on that movie. It's an amazing new movie. I saw I think opening weekend, and who do you think does a better job, Michael Ironside or the other guy?
Honestly, for what they were going for, I would say Michael Ironside. But Michael Ironside he's known to play like villains, like villainous type characters. Uh, Hell, he was the bad guy in what's that movie? Highlander 2.
Yeah, he did a good job in that. He's one of the highlights of that, and then oh man, so many movies in the '80s and '90s. He does a really good job. He's like a persistent bulldog in what we call. Let me pull him up here and see what he done.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull something.
Yeah, what's that one in the '90s? He becomes a hero more in Starship Troopers.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah,
I did like him in that movie.
Oh, he's in Top Gun, and wow, so he's
He
69
was in
years old.
He was in the next Karate Kid,
Wow, I gotta rewatch that one. I
Highlander
remember liking
2,
that one back in the day.
Free Willy.
Oh yeah, so that's a villain too. Yeah, environmental type villain. You're gonna take the wheel away from you. We're gonna take that wheel. Fatherhood, I've seen that back in the day. Well, Major Payne, I think he's the antagonist to Damon Wayans in that one.
Yeah, wasn't he like the opposite commander guy that they were going against?
Yeah, you're right. That's totally it, man. If you ever want to see a kind of a weird one, Glass Shield, I think that's with the chick from Point Break, and also Ice Cube in that one. There's police drama, kind of movies they weren't making in the '80s too much. That was pretty good. He does a real good job as corrupt cop in that. And then after Starship Troopers, doesn't really look like I really know too many of his movies.
Yeah.
Oh, Children of the Corn Revelation, that small role. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that series. I don't remember. I guess he was in X-Men First Class. I don't watch any of those ones.
He had a small role in the film. It wasn't really anything big.
Now, did you watch Sumo King? That was a Netflix movie.
No, I wanted to, but I was interested in it, but I never did.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is him from it, so I think he did a good job in that. So that's the last thing I've ever seen him in.
I don't know if you've ever played The Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Well, he of course one of the most badass villains in video games, Ganondorf. He is the leader of what is called the Gerudos, and he ends up taking over after he finds this treasure called the Triforce. For those who don't know, and he ends up getting one of the pieces. His is the Triforce of Power, and with it, he recreates the land of Hyrule. Bunch of monsters everywhere. Everybody's in fear. Fire and brimstone, just basically hell on earth type shit. And what makes him such a interesting villain is he's just straight up badass. I want to say he has personality, but in the game we don't really get to see dialogue, have really good interactions. Even though we do have some, he's like the cliche villain, but he's just so freaking awesome. It just like I don't know if it's just his presence. I don't know if it's just his motivation. I don't know if it's just the Triforce of Power, but just in the game, he's just so badass. And on the flip side, we have another really interesting bad guy. Again, one of the top 10 bad guys of all times on a lot of people's list. Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
I remember that one too. Man, the first one you said, wow, that brings back a lot of memories. Final Fantasy VII, that was an incredible game.
Yes, it's still one of my favorites. I need to jump back on that game actually, but I'm trying to beat Gears of War 5.
Wow. Now, you have Genesis growing up at all?
Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now try to get Shining Force or Shining Force 2.
Shining Force was my game. It still is. It still is my game.
But then actually, I've been playing it, and then I got stuck on the chess battle in Shining Force 2. But I gotta say, yeah, just the collection of villains in that. Basically, combine that with Zelda, they made the foundation of all the different games, you know. And then kind of an obscure NES game called Crystalis. That was kind of a Zelda ripoff, or who knows what came first. I mean, I think that Crystalis came between Zelda 1 and 2. So, but Crystalis had some real innovative features, real cool villains. You had to kill them with, you had to, you, this villain's part of fire, you gotta have a wind sword and all this stuff. So, those were great. Let me get to my movie list again here. I got my dog over there needs to be quiet. What I recommend, the Mafia, of course, in Casino and in Goodfellas, they do a good job at the villain collectively, Pesci and all the different gentlemen. But Ray Liotta is in a one where he's the villain in a totally different kind of movie. I think you like this one. It's with Kurt Russell, a really hot chick, Madeline Stowe, and then Ray Liotta is the cop. And he's a cop that, tries to help them out, give them good security at their house.
Yeah.
Actually, spying on them. And he's crazy. And that one, I think you might like that one. That's a good example of a 90s villain.
Okay, I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah, where you least expect it. Where the 90s, I'm gonna trust the cop, I'm gonna trust the nanny, I'm gonna trust the secretary, and then they end up being crazy. Well, that's what happened a lot in those movies.
Ah, I wanted to see. Have you ever read this? Have you ever read Carnage in New York? It's a Spider-Man book.
No, but I love the video game Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage.
That was an incredible video game.
Yeah, and I guess the premise is the same, similar to it. In the book, Spider-Man Carnage gets loose, and he is doing this thing. And if you have not read the comics of the character, if you've not seen the television show, if you haven't seen really any incarnation of who Carnage is and what his motivations are, I definitely recommend. And if you're a fan of Spider-Man in general, I definitely recommend you read this book. It was fantastic. You got to see, got to see a bit more of who Carnage is as a character. He is such an asshole because he's just killing people for no damn reason.
I want to watch these. I gotta see all these comics. I had some Wolverine comics back in the day, and I need to start reading them again now because it'd be quite exciting. I like
The Violator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah. He was exceptional. Not he was funny in the movie, nasty, but funny in the movie, and he was awesome in the show.
See, that's what I would like to get. I'd like to find that online. That might be a rights issue. I've never seen that pop up on online yet. I guess X Men, the animated series, is going to be on Disney Plus or one of those things.
I'm not supporting Disney Plus. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a pretty list of shit. I saw it the other day, but I'll find those movies on my own and watch them on my own. I don't need to get all that.
I probably wouldn't be so mad at Disney, but it's a lot of stuff that they've done. So I'm like, I'm not going to support. I'm not supporting it.
Yeah,
I'm not
if I
supporting
want to
it.
find these old movies, I'll find these old movies. I don't need to have them all.
Yeah. Really, the only thing I'm somewhat interested in seeing is The Mandalorian, and I guess if it come out on DVD or something, I might buy it. But I'm not. I'm not going to support Disney Plus. Disney Plus is bad. Do not watch it.
I wish they would just make them all the stuff that's been made for Netflix available on home media. All this bullshit that's made for Disney Plus on home media. Because I don't really care about streaming shit. It's like, if it's not on YouTube, I don't care. Like, yeah, make it all on YouTube, I guess, is my solution. But they want to make it, you gotta pay to get streaming and this and that.
Yeah.
But, it's bullshit. Okay, so westerns kind of went out of fashion, but the last part of the '90s, we got Gene Hackman there in '93 or '92 with Unforgiven, wins Best Supporting Actor, great villain, and in '91, just a tremendous performance by William Peterson from CSI. He does a great job as the villain, Pat Garrett, hunting down Billy the Kid, and Young Guns 2. Uh, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Young Guns 1 and Young Guns 2. They're really, really good, interesting westerns. They really carried them over to the new generation. There was kind of an African American western called Posse in the mid '90s with Mario Van Peebles from New Jack City.
Yeah.
And that one, I don't remember the villain in that. That's the problem. You can't remember the villain of a movie, it's not good. That's one thing I wanted to bring up earlier to our listeners. If you can't remember the villain of a movie, is the movie really good? And I would say probably not. Yeah.
What about the character Imhotep from The Mummy?
I can remember how he comes across. I can remember his powers. I remember that part where he's put and condemned in the. I feel bad for him because I saw him get locked in the crypt or whatever.
Yeah.
See, I can relate to him. See, that's the thing. If you can't relate to the villain and immediately think of him, see, even in Beverly Hills Cop, you can't relate to him. You may have seen that one, but like the villain's just this shady coke dealer pretending he's an art gallery dealer. No way to relate to him, but just the way that he's all confident and the way he try to, he don't give a fuck. He's a good villain. That you'll never forget the villain in that movie if you like the movie, or vice versa. Even if you don't like it, it's hard to forget. Some of these '90s movies and '80s movies become a little bit harder to remember them. One I guess we should say, starring performance after Tommy Lee Jones wins the Best Supporting Actor for The Fugitive.
Yeah.
Is Blown Away, and he becomes the crazy bomber, mad bomber, in a really over-the-top performance in a movie called Blown Away, starring Jeff Bridges, but really starring Tommy Lee Jones. This mad bomber is crazy as fuck. Irish guy, bombing because of this or that, like the IRA or North Ireland, and I guess if we're gonna mention Tommy Lee Jones, we might as well mention the other performance in The Fugitive, the bad guy, the guy that actually was bankrolling to kill his wife. I thought he did a good job, and he actually replaced the movie trivia fact here in The Fugitive, the bad guy, not the one-armed man, but the guy that's paying the one-armed man. His name was Jerome Crabb. He was really good friends with Rutger Hauer. He actually became on the set of that movie because the guy originally cast was he got brain cancer. Richard Jordan, or I forget the chap's name, but he was from Logan's Run. So one of the actors from Logan's Run ended up having to be recast. So I think Fugitive does a really good job of setting up that there's a villain that you don't know, and then once it's revealed, you know, that's another kind of corporate or evil type deal. And I guess the elephant in the room, man, is who would like best? Penguin, Catwoman, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Riddler, Two-Face. There's such a great gallery to choose from. I guess we can go through your thoughts on all. I've seen some of your videos, but like, how would you rank the 6 or 7 villains that are portrayed in the Batman film?
Honestly, between those three films, the only villain I actually like, uh, is Two-Face. I like Tommy Lee Jones' performance as the character, and it's nice. Like I said, it's great seeing him play kind of a goofy character. But I think out of all of them, he was possibly the most realistic. The Penguin, I felt was a little bit too, like, what's the word, literal. He's a little bit too literal for the character. He's just mutated man. He deals with penguins and stuff. Uh, I like. I used to like Catwoman, but then when I went back and rewatched it, I did not understand her motivation. It was like one night she was a regular woman, she died, she came back, and the next night she became Catwoman. And I was like, okay, there was no transition there, but okay. Now the guy,
I didn't agree with you, Derek. That's
yeah.
so weird.
Now the guy with the white hair that was backing those two, who turned out to be the real villain, that the corporate guy.
Max Shrek.
Now I liked him.
He did great. That's the most
Christopher Walken did a great job with that character.
Max Shrek. If you care one iota for my family,
As far as Jim Carrey as the Riddler, I'm not gonna say he did a bad job, but his Riddler was closer to the one that was in the '60s.
yeah.
So, I was like, okay, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. Now, as far as with Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy, I like some aspects of the characters, but I think that they were over the top. If they were a little bit less over the top, again, Poison Ivy kind of did the same thing where she was a woman, and then this event happened, and after that, she just automatically just transformed. And Mr. Freeze, I liked his motivation, and you understood why he was doing the things that he was doing. It was just the fact that, like, all the puns, everything he said was a one-liner, and I get it because it's Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Arnold Schwarzenegger is known for his one-liners, but I think that they did that a little bit too much with his character in that film, and I think it kind of hurt the empathy audiences would have with him. But I'm glad that the film actually emphasized that too, because you're like, okay, yeah, he's a douchebag for what he's doing, but he's doing it to save his wife.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked the way they introduced him. I really love it's weird the way that Poison Ivy and Catwoman are kind of killed in the same way.
Yeah.
So I like that doctor dynamic. You said it pretty well there. There's a lot I really do like, but man, it's like
but there's some aspects you like. Yeah, it's a little cheesy. I understand.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I feel like putting them all on and watching them. They really do bring back fond memories. I think Treat Williams been cast as, Two Face or something like that, his kind of performance in The Phantom is similar to Two Face in my mind. To what The Phantom sometimes.
Yeah, it was weird though with him in the Phantom because you're right. He was similar to Two Face. There was some moments he was serious, and there was some moments he got kind of crazy.
Yeah, he was auditioning or he wanted to be it, but he wasn't it. I don't know what happened with that, but
I honestly can say I actually liked his performance in that movie. I know, yeah, it's over the top, but I actually liked it. He was
I like him
fun.
quite a lot.
He
I
was
like that
fun.
one and the guy in Shadow, John Lone. Uh, those movies are a throwback, man. They're not gonna be made as much anymore. I mean, I don't go to the movies. I went to the movies this summer, and there was 35 minutes of trailers, so I left.
They're actually talking about actually implementing more commercials, which they need. They don't need to do that. Like, stop. You already have
Stop that.
you already have a declining market when it comes to the movies. Don't sit there and just do more stuff that's going to irritate people.
Yeah, I'll just watch stuff from the last decade. I watch the 2000s and 2010 stuff now. I figure I won't even watch this next decade because they gotta make it so hard to go. I don't
No,
like sitting there, and I don't like getting there late and all this. So, let's see.
I, Chucky.
What do you like? And I hope everyone else was out there with like this eve of destruction. Uh, Kind of like, what if RoboCop was bad? And it's a woman being the RoboCop, kind of a Terminator type deal, and her name is Eve, and she's bringing destruction, and it's called Eve of Destruction, and Gregory Hines is in it as well,
Evil
and
destruction.
I feel she's the villain, but yet she's probably in it more than anything else. And similarly to that, I guess I Come in Peace, the Dolph Lundgren movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are both really good ones where you got kind of or sci-fi villains. I don't know, either a computer or an alien making a threat. Um, I mean, we don't want to get into the crazy stuff, but there were some scary movies in the 90s. I went when I was 11 and saw a movie called Fire in the Sky, and that was about an alien abduction. And that became a whole deal where all of a sudden the aliens started being into that as being, bad abductors where ET, oh, everything's fine, you got a nice alien, you hang out with him. But then, in the 90s, the aliens, you got Communion, a couple other movies in the 90s, Fire in the Sky. What are these aliens doing here? And,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of an interesting deal. So, yeah, we got a cool time period where things kind of changed. And then I'd say by the late 90s to the 2000s, it becomes a lot of techno thrillers, Swordfish, a lot of techno thrillers. You got
Yeah.
SWAT in the early 2000s. That one I really like.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah,
I
I
like
wish
it
that
too.
came out in the 90s, actually. I don't know. That dog alone.
You ever see that movie, The Relic?
Yeah, there we go, man.
The
Some good
the
gangster
mob
thrillers.
the
Yeah,
mobwa creature that was in it was just terrifying.
just incredible. I want to get it. I
Uh,
want to get it
I
on DVD to check that out.
I read the book as well. Even though
Wow.
the movie and the book, the creatures are two totally different creatures, they're both terrifying nonetheless.
What do you like better, book of the movie?
Uh, I want to say I like the book. I want to say I like the book um, because of so many other things that was going on that the movie couldn't address. But the movie itself as a horror movie, I actually enjoyed as well. So I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about that.
I think I'll try to get those. I don't own the DVD yet, but I used to rent it a lot. I know Tom Sizemore. I used to work with him on something once.
Mm.
Well, this is cool. That's a whole other thing. Yeah, Deep Rising. That came out in the '90s too.
That was an interesting creature. That was a really interesting creature. I kind of want to. I kind of want somebody to kind of tell me mm, like what they were kind of going for with that, because the the entire movie you're thinking it's these weird giant like sea worms.
I thought there were several. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I thought. I didn't think it was one. I thought it was a bunch of things, but it ended up being like a hydra.
it was basically a giant octopus.
Yeah, with many heads, little legs going through there, and I thought the cast had really good chemistry. A couple of them carried over to being in The Mummy,
Hmm.
which I guess is a '90s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Imhotep. Yeah. So yeah, I really did like that one. Another creature feature. What's another one in there? Oh, I guess Species is a horror creature feature.
The first species I like. I think I like that one.
I really do like that first one.
Yeah, it had a better story, and the Eve character. I think that's her name's Eve, or maybe I'm getting it mixed up with the second one. But I really liked her.
Marley, yeah.
What about I know you're gonna probably like this one too. Scar from The Lion King.
Oh man, yeah, we got 91 something like that.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was Jeremy Irons that voiced him.
Now, okay, have you seen the new one?
No, I haven't seen the new one yet.
I wonder, okay, in the new one, it's the guy from 12 Years a Slave.
Um,
That's everyone else.
bi-
So Agent 4? Agent 4?
it ain't. Is it Michael Fassbender?
Chiwetel.
Oh, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Elijor,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
yeah. So he's in it and replacing that. That's what I thought to be a weird deal. It's not like Jeremy Irons is sick, is
yeah.
he? Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a little weird, but if we're just gonna talk about who the villains were in the '90s, uh, Scar is incredible, and I guess Scar thought Mufasa was the villain. So in Scar's mind, Mufasa is the villain. It's all kind of relative. Uh, Very sad for Scar, or very sad for Mufasa. A very proud leader, and I guess the guy that played Jafar, in my mind, people think that he's more of a negative stereotype now, but
I like Jafar.
yeah, I thought Jafar was a good.
Yeah,
I don't care, I don't buy into all that stuff they say. I think Jafar did a good job. I
yeah.
think the
Jafar is
new,
actually one of my top 10 favorite like Disney villains.
exactly. I went and saw the new Aladdin. I got it for free, so that's a pretty big footnote. I wouldn't have paid to see the new Aladdin, so I got it for free. So I mean, for what I saw, I mean, I gladly would trade 2 of my hours for it again. It was fun,
Okay.
and yeah, he was not a bad villain. They replaced Jafar with kind of a different build. He was a less intense. I don't know. He wasn't as stereotypical, I guess, but
A lot of,
uh,
from what I heard, a lot of people said he just wasn't like scary. He wasn't menacing, or yeah, I'd say he wasn't menacing enough.
he looked like a monster. He looked like he's gonna set something up for you, your demise. Once he puts you in that cave, you're not as scared because you can get out of it because he's the one in charge. But if he was, it would have been cool if they would have gone a little different direction and added someone else. But they had a different song for Jasmine in it, and I would say I give the movie about I give it a really good review. Actually, it was entertaining. Other villains of '90s Disney. Um, or 80s villains, you got the Black Cauldron and all these different ones. Great Mouse Detective, Oliver and Company, Little Mermaid, and then what happens? Beauty and the Beast. That guy's not really that good of a villain. Gaston or whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't really like a villain if you ask me.
He's kind of like whatever. I'm not
He wasn't.
good of a job. He's a hold it down. Um, the guy in seven is
John Doe? Yes.
yeah, he's not on the list.
Uh,
Yeah.
even Dennis Hopper in one of my favorite action films. I don't know if it's an action film, but Speed.
Oh yeah, there you go, man. Dennis Hopper's on this list twice now, and everyone will probably put his role in Speed higher than Super Mario Brothers. So this is the Mad Bomber, and he used to work as a cop. So this is the cop that's the betrayed cop. This is a kind of a new archetype in the late 80s and early 90s. The betrayed cop wants revenge, gonna kill other cops now, gonna bomb the bus. And wow, how they never made a proper sequel besides Speed 2. How they never made a reboot now. We're talking about Matrix 4. How does not Speed 3 be made? I mean, it's crazy. Put Speed 3 on a spaceship or on some vehicle.
I would think with all like the car movies, the fast car movies and stuff, we can come up with another speed movie.
It's a franchise, man. And like, you got that one dude that directed the first one. He actually got mauled by a tiger making a movie one. So you don't give him, he's an older dude. He wants to maybe set one up and pass it to the next people. But Fox making that movie, that hurts, man. Because Disney's making the next one. I didn't really realize the repercussions of this Fox Disney transaction because, we're gonna make another Speed movie out. Obviously, Dennis Hopper is dead, but we're not gonna make it. I believe the first one was R-rated. If it wasn't, it was extremely dark.
Yeah.
I don't know how the next one would be, but you gotta just put Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock back together. They did make a thriller in the 2000s called Lake House, and they get along. But yeah, I would say Dennis Hopper, gosh man, we're not really making a list here, but there's no way he's lower than 7 or lower than 6 for that performance. I don't know. It's crazy. In my mind, he gets a huge honorable mention for Super Mario Brothers, and he got his great Speed performance. I'm glad you mentioned that one because it didn't occur to me. Have you seen Last Boy Scout, the Bruce Willis one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, I think the collection of villains is pretty good in that. You got like the NFL, football league as a villain, and they're trying to kill different players, and a couple other people as villains, more henchmen type. But I think that's an example of the collection of villains is does the job. I guess kind of like Total Recall in a way, where it's just a cumulative villainous ensemble. Dick Tracy, Total Recall. You just kind of freaked out by the whole group of them.
Yeah. I could bring up a villainess, a Black Widow, if you will, that you probably wouldn't have thought of. Debbie from Addams Family Values.
Oh, she's great. She wants to marry Fester and take the Addams fortune.
Yep.
I just saw this 2 months ago, and it really sticks out as being quite a good performance in the mid-90s of a really good
What makes it so funny is it isn't just the fact that she's trying to that she kills men and stuff. I mean, it's messed up, but that's like her shtick. But it's funny seeing her trying to kill Fester, and he's not dying. and you see her reactions and stuff.
That's a great physical comedy. I mean, Christian Lloyd. I believe that Rest role was really a spinal performance as the Gomez Adams. But what are your thoughts on this new Adams Family cartoon?
I'm I'm into it. Just because yeah, I'm into it, and the reason why is because it's hard to kind of pull off some of the stuff that was in the films and the cartoon and stuff, like the torture and stuff like that. And I think they can play around with it a little bit more with the animated film because it is a comedy. It's dark. It's like it's a dark comedy. So I'm interested in seeing it. Yes, I would have liked to seen like a live action because they've done two great ones. There's a third one, but I haven't seen it. And you know, yeah, yeah, he was Gomez.
Okay, and then Catherine O'Hara or something, I think. I mean, that's so interesting that they went into that. I want to see it too. I don't go to the movies, so but I don't think it's going to do too well except with families. But I feel that they were limited with special effects in the first
Yeah,
one, and then the second one they do some more cool effects. Have you seen Death Becomes Her?
I want to say I have. What is? Let me see if that was about. That sounds so familiar.
Yeah, because the terms of the tone of Adam's Family Values, I think that one are very similar. Very creepy, dark comedies. We want no part of the people. I love some Adam Family characters. I wouldn't mind hanging out with them.
No, I didn't see that one.
That one, you can check that one out. Oh wow, it's some crazy effects and Meryl Streep. She's in all these older movies now, but slow movies. That one's got some good effects. I'd say the villain in that is their greed, which is very very bad. They're very greedy. They're not doing the right thing. And also a woman there's a famous actress named Ingrid Bergman. So her daughter is Isabella Rossellini, and she plays one of the villains. She actually sells them the Fountain of Youth, and so that's a villain too. So that one actually freaks me out. And also, I think I saw Cool World the same day.
Cool World is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so the villains in that, the whole like all the characters in that are always kind of sinister to me. So like everything about that movie, I put on this because 92 is cool. He had this, he had Death Becomes Her. So
If we're talking about Cool World, Space Jam.
oh yeah, there you go.
The maybe not the little mobster guy, alien guy, not him because I didn't care about him, but the aliens themselves, the little small aliens that they were really interesting. They were very entertaining.
Each one's so different too. I saw it about 2 years ago. I was rewatching it, and they really are different. I guess they're redoing making another one now, but I don't really want to see them digital. I want to see them how they were. I don't want to see a digital version of them as much. I want to see them how they were done in the one I like.
You
So,
remember you remember Nancy Downs from The Craft?
yeah, I just heard from update that they got the cast for the craft. They're going to redo it
Oh
now.
yeah, they are rebooting that.
Yeah, and they just announced 2 more people, I guess. The director's around. Okay, so the voodoo store that they go to, I used to go to that. It wasn't a store like that anymore. It was just a regular market. But that was, I used to go to that place all the time. So they had this whole thing about the craft. I really like that one.
Yeah.
but now a little lighter. I
Uh,
know it's so weird. People aren't going to the movies as much. If you look at Avengers and take Avengers out of the equation, people aren't really going to the movies as much. Spider-Man was a hit, but not that big of a hit. And I don't know how any of these movies will do, but I guess a great villain will always help.
yeah.
Who do you expect to be the villain in the new Rise of the Skywalker movie?
A lot of people are talking about it's going to be Palpatine, and I've heard at least two theories behind it, which to some extent I kind of agree on, but I don't want it to be Palpatine. I don't want him to be like the bad guy. I mean, I could understand why they would kind of bring him back. Like, I understand how they would go about doing it, but for the most part, they're saying from what I heard that Palpatine has orchestrated all of this stuff.
I think that Ray can be bad, or who knows what could happen, you know?
I mean, I'm suspecting that of course there's going to be a redemption arc for Kylo. There's going to be possibly a brief moment of dark side with Ray, but it ain't gonna be long. It might be like 5 minutes, and then that's it. But I think Palpatine is pretty much going to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I can't believe he's back, can you? And he's a 90s villain, you know?
Like I said, I'm interested in it, but I'm like, I don't know because I feel like he's being brought back because like fans. Oh my gosh, Kenner. I lost the line with Kenner. I heard the beep and everything. Okay, he's coming back. Hey, Mr. Kenner, I got you back.
Yeah, I'm back right here.
Okay. I thought the conversation got so good we had to hang up.
No, I hit the wrong button. Anyway, continue.
But yes, like I just feel like Palpatine just being brought back is basically just catering to the fans. I kind of want them to do a bit more with Snook. Let us know who Snook is and everything. Why should we care about this bad guy? Let us, you know what I'm saying, give us some backstory. And also, like, okay, how is his relationships? How did his relationship start with, Kylo? Like, I wanted to see more on Snook's character. And I feel like them bringing back the Palpatine is just going to just say, okay, screw this character. And it, and it, and it, and it also feels like with the Star Wars films, they can't let go of like certain characters. They can't let go of Vader. They can't let go of the Skywalkers. They can't let go of Palpatine. I'm like, Star Wars is so much bigger than them. So you can't keep making a Star Wars movie that focuses on these characters.
Then we can bring back Darth Maul.
Uh, Honestly, like no, I like Darth Maul. He's one of my favorite characters, but I don't know. I would have liked to seen him been done differently. To where bringing him back would have been a bit better, a better fit. But as much as I like Darth Maul, I don't want to see him come back either.
Yeah, we both agree.
Like I said, it's just really big. It's just such a big universe. Like think of all the Jedi that survived the Order 66 and everything. Which I guess you could say out of probably 1,000 Jedi, maybe a couple of dozen survived. Okay, fine. Why don't we have a Star Wars movie that's exploring one of those Jedi?
I really don't know what to expect from this new movie.
I'm running and I have I don't have any expectations because I like The Force Awakens. I did like The Last Jedi. There were certain things a lot of people didn't like that I actually did like, but there are a lot of stuff that happened in the movie I didn't like that I understand. A bunch of other people didn't like it, but I liked it. I like, what I'm saying. It had a lot of problems, but I still liked the movie because it was entertaining. There was a lot of things in the movie that was never put in the other movies. So, really with this one, they're just going to try to wrap everything up. Honestly, there are some elements that were in the Last Jedi I do want to see addressed in this film, and I highly doubt they're going to address them. Or characters that were introduced in the Last Jedi, which I highly doubt we're going to see them again. But we'll see. We'll have. Hopefully, this will be the conclusion to the Skywalker story. And really, the only conclusion I can see from a Skywalker story is pretty much all of them get killed. And I really don't want Rey to be a part of the Skywalker family. I don't.
I'm maybe sort of put like this movie or something.
Yeah. I'm thinking they might do that. Oh, Rey is this long lost child of Luke Skywalker. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't have any expectations. I'm not gonna go in hating this movie. I just want to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite? Okay, so there's like Ray Liotta and Unlawful Entry. He's a thriller villain. What are some of your other villains that are like favorite thrillers? Like, have you seen Robert De Niro in The Fan?
No, but I saw part of. Dang, what was that movie where he was a convict that had got out of jail?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Keith Peter. There you go.
The which one?
Keith Peter.
Yeah. I really enjoyed him in that. It was great seeing him play a character like that.
Wow, he's a 90s villain as well. He's 1991. Yeah. Wow, this is a cool list of people. He does a great job in that one. Let me think of it. Yeah, so we got Nick Nolte, Juliette Lewis. Um, really, yeah, he does a great job in that. Man, what was this one I just thought of?
I know.
John Malkovich and In the Line of Fire. And,
I didn't see that one.
He's trying to kill the president, and Clint Eastwood is a Secret Service man. John Malkovich did a really good job. I think he actually got nominated for that one, but lost. I don't remember who he lost to. But yeah, those are some great ones, man.
I liked Root. What's I think how I say his name? Root Hauser, Rutger Hauer, in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
Yeah, oh my god. Thanks for recommending that because I know I saw that when it first came out, and then I saw some episodes of the TV show, and then I actually watched some episodes of Angel. Out of context, I enjoyed it. But I'm gonna go rewatch Buffy as soon as I can for the great Rutger Hauer.
And there's a lot of villains from the series. Some of them I can name. Of course, you got Spike. Of course, Angel when he first jumped on the scene. What was the one? The demon slash robot slash the demon slash robot guy.
That was
Dark Willow, Faith. They had a lot of great villains on that series.
that's 90s villains right there. I think the
Yes.
show started in the mid or late 90s. I don't think about other TV shows in the 90s. Obviously, you mentioned, I like BBQ. They don't have any villains on it, but that was the Pamela Anderson show. And I see that she goes to conventions now for it. And so I would say the villain in Barbed Wire, and then I guess the villain in Tank Girl are underrated. Malcolm McDowell played the villain in Tank Girl.
Yes, I was just thinking that I was just thinking that, and I love.
Those are deep ones. Man.
Yes.
Those are,
Malcolm McDowell is one of my favorite actors.
he's incredible in that.
Yes.
And obviously, he's been the hero of many movies, so just to see him take this role, and now they're going to remake it. I mean, I remake everything, but Barbed Wire with Pamela Anderson.
Yes, I didn't see out the whole movie.
Yeah, the set of villains, I guess, and that, just the whole circumstances in that are kind of Matrix-like or weird, really strange, really. Um, so yeah, I guess Hackers. I mean, we're in the mid-90s. Hackers. It was a horrible movie, man. I don't think ever. I mean, they didn't try to remake that.
I what was another interesting series? If going back to some more of the comic book movies, I mean comic book series. Superman, of course, you got Dark Side, and Lex Luthor and Brainiac as some of his main ones. We were talking about X-Men, Magneto. You got Apocalypse, Sinister, great characters, and all of these series have a plethora of villainous characters that just push these characters to the limits. X-Men, not X-Men, Spider-Man. Venom is one of my favorite characters in the show. The Shocker is one of my favorite characters in the show. You got Kingpin, Doctor Octopus, just a bunch of just great characters out there. There are also the Incredible Hulk television series, the animated one, Iron Man, the Fantastic Four. We were talking about Spawn earlier. So all of these comic book shows have a lot of fantastic villains in them.
Brainiac started what year? What year did Brainiac start?
You said what?
What year did Brainiac start?
Brainiac was probably in the second season of Superman. Yeah. We might have been in the first. I don't know. They typically are episodic.
Oh wow. I gotta look at the history of that. That's so cool. Let's see here. Hold on a second. One second here.
Oh, you okay? I keep talking. Guys, also, I don't know if you've seen this movie, guys, called DNA, and it stars Mark DeCascos. And in the film, there's this weird monster in the movie that's, I forgot, just killing people. And it was an interesting creature. It was like a mixture between Predator and Alien. And now that I mentioned Predator and Alien, the Predator from the 1990 Predator 2 movie, fucking awesome. One of my favorite horror movies. In fact, Predator 2 is one of my favorite horror movies. Let's see. Are you back? Okay. It like went off the line. I didn't know what happened because it just got quiet.
Yeah, Predator. I think you mentioned Predators now. I think we should mention the villain in Predator too.
Gary Busey's character.
It's just incredible. I mean, expectation. The whole pace of that movie, the whole. I don't know why I don't put that movie on more often. I put it on for a couple weeks in a row, several times, and it's an incredible movie.
You know, this entire time we didn't resort to going back to the more modern movie monsters.
Yeah, I mean, I typically don't like Predator 1 all that much.
I like Predator 1, but I don't know what it is about Predator 2. Maybe it's the more modern setting. But I think it's to me it's better than the first one. But I really enjoyed the first one as well. Uh,
Yeah, more like a western than the first. There's more, so much excitement at every turn, this gang, that gang, uh, Bill Paxton, uh, it's incredible. Bill Paxton,
mm-hmm.
on the rest of peace, of course. They're never really villains, but they do a good job in all their movies. Some of them have their villains.
We didn't dive into like the classic movie monsters of now, such as, of course, Freddy Krueger, We didn't talk about Michael Myers, Pinhead, Candyman, the Leprechaun, Jason Voorhees. Who
They
else?
were thriving in the
Pumpkinhead.
90s okay, so I mean, since you went to the core 2 and 3, I was going to get the Jason Goes to Hell, but I didn't do it. I like that because that's, not only is Jason bad, but Jason can pass his legacy on from one to another if he's eaten in his heart or, his soul goes from one to the next. I'm really fond of Jason Goes to Hell the more I see it. Jason X very much seems like it's a sci-fi channel movie.
It's funny. I say it's funny as hell.
But I do like a couple of the kills and the recreation of the kills. Villains of the 90s, the horror villains,
Oh, did I lose you again? I think I lost him again. He'll give a call right back. He'll give a call right back. There you go. You good, sir?
I'm sorry for the connection problems here.
Are you okay?
Let me get it very quiet in here now. So, I think the horror villains, they don't take a back seat in the 90s, but I think some of the action villains are a little more memorable. But you do got Dr. Giggles, you do got Candyman, you got the last attempts of Freddy to stay relevant, New Nightmare, and Freddy's dead. And had they got worked out and then Jason vs. Freddy earlier, that would have been maybe the event film of the 90s, in 98. Had it happened, as it happened in 01 or 02, it was kind of passe. The villains.
Yeah.
But let's see. Horrorville. Okay, so Larry Drake in Darkman, that comes out in 1990. He uses his cigar cutter to cut people's fingers off. And I saw that as a young person. That's quite a good movie. Darkman. And Liam Neeson as the hero. And great villain. I think before we went on air, we were talking about Wild Things for a second. And that brings up a whole other can of worms, I guess you would say, is the noir, or the dark person, the person that's making a problem, the Sharon Stone, the characters in Wild Things, the Matt Dillon character in Kiss Before Dying. They're using their appeal to either marry or get involved further with the lead character, and they become villains in Basic Instinct or all those kind of Fatal Attraction type movies. So that was a big deal. And Wild Things is the whole complicated plot. So that became a whole deal where that's the new antagonist. Well, this is incredible, man. We got so much different villains. We got a movie like Friday had a good villain. Debo or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Debo. His silly self.
Yeah, that's an intimidating villain.
Did you ever see the movie DNA? It feels like I'm not gonna lie. It feels kind of like a rip off of it's like Alien meets Predator, but it feels more like a rip off of Predator because it's about this alien organism that's in the jungle killing people.
97.
'97.
Oh, okay, damn, that seems
Mimic. Those Judas creatures were freaking awesome.
Mimic, I know you got that. Jimmy the Cricket on that one, right? She what's the one? Virus. Yeah, she was Virus.
Yes, that was a nasty movie.
I give them reviews, but yeah, so those are all environmental slash beast thrillers, horror creature. And then like what was okay, Dennis Hopper does this again for Waterworld.
Dennis Hopper, Waterworld. Waterworld is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, man, that's incredible. He's a timer.
Yeah,
I mean, if we really racked our brain, there's probably a fourth one too. But like, that's three, and it's hard to really pick. I mean, his speed one is everyone will probably pick, but I want to get the uncut Waterworld. Have you gotten that yet?
not yet.
Me neither. I don't know. I think it was 30 on some site, and I want to look at it in person before I buy it. So, I guess Patrick Swayze in Point Break. We'll get back to Dennis Hopper. I think he deserves more attention in a second. But like Patrick Swayze in Point Break, he's a villain. He's robbing all the banks, but you're kind of rooting for him all. So I think he does a really good job as a villain there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and when they remade it, no one could relate to anyone there. So.
Yeah.
He just goes to show you how good he was. But yeah, Mr. Hopper, I mean, shit, man. When I watch Waterworld, it's an experience. And,
Yeah, to me it's a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful movie, and I like the idea behind it.
When you were young, did you see it in theater?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think I had. I don't think I did.
I think we went and saw it on way back from San Diego once, and it was an experience. I tend to remember scenes that aren't actually in it now when I have it on this version, so I really want to see the limited edition. But yeah, so he's passed away now, I guess, Mr. Hopper. Quite a good actor. Yeah, you mentioned the Stephen King villain, and you mentioned Tim Curry, you mentioned Kathy Bates. Is there another Stephen King villain? I guess he goes kind of quiet in the 90s.
No, he came out. He had a lot of stuff. He had a lot of stuff come out in the '90s. I think.
Max von Sydow, yeah, here we go. Needful Things. Max von Sydow does a really good job in a 1992 movie, Needful Things. He's the devil that owns, general store. So you go to the general store and the devil can, sell you whatever you want.
Yeah. That I don't know if you've seen Graveyard Shift, but that big rat thing that was in the cemetery, or
Yeah, I want
underground.
you to get an honorable mention on the thing too. That one's great. I saw that in theaters. Oh gosh, that was incredible. I think Debbie Harry or who's the actress in that?
Uh, I know Brad Dourif is in it. David Andrews, Stephen Mock. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Kelly Wolf.
I'm gonna write that one down so I can order it as soon as I can.
Like I like that one. Also, I don't know if you've seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah, great set of villains in that. I guess the circumstances and then
The
the
warden,
murderers. Yeah.
the warden guy was a jackass. The head guard guy was a jackass. The one guy, one of the criminals that was beating him up was a jackass.
Totally right, man. Right in that same era, you got a lot of movies where it's like, yeah, that guy that, Andy in Shawshank is some kind of a villain. He's the one accused of killing his wife, but we know that he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
the warden, who's supposed to be there to protect the prisoners, is against all the prisoners and all this. So that's such a great movie. 94. 93 had Falling Down, and the villain is who we're rooting for. The villain is who we spend the most time with in the movie. I don't know who we root for, but that's Michael Douglas. And I'd love to see your review of that. It's Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall and this man, on the woman from that hot chick from Puerto Rico.
Sharon Stone. Hold
Yeah,
on. What was it? What was the name of the movie?
Falling Down.
Let me see.
Yeah, check that one out. I would love. I'd pay to see that review. I want to see people what they think of that one, because it's kind of scary when you see today's society. This guy, that Michael Douglas plays in it. You don't mess around. He's kind of a nut. And when you see him at the beginning, you think he's going to work, but then you realize he hasn't been going to work for weeks. He's a nut.
Yeah. Okay. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing this. I'm looking at the Barbara Hershey. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a great cast. That's a really good cast, and almost
Okay.
everyone's a villain in it, because this guy thinks everyone's a villain to him. So you start relating to him. I mean, it wasn't like at many points during it you realize this guy's nuts, but you have no choice but to spend time with him. And I don't know, it was a huge hit, and I don't know whoever saw it or what, but I think that and Taxi Driver are they're pretty out there. So that's taking a '70s type villain and putting it through, and that's what what's his name did too in the '80s. Michael Douglas did that crazy villain from Wall Street. You know, he's so bad, but he's good. He's so evil. He wants all the money, but you're rooting for him. So there's something about Michael Douglas. He can play a real bad villain, but be the hero.
Yeah.
So it's incredible.
Um, but we are almost at the 2 hour mark.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
we had a long, great conversation. There's a lot of stuff we went over.
Yeah,
And those,
you and me have the most in common with our '90s. You both
yes,
and I, we've seen '90s and
yes.
2000s. I'm sure a lot. So
Um,
that's real good.
we're gonna go ahead and cut it off right here, guys. Thank you guys for attending the video. It is great having Kenner here with us. He's a great addition to the team. He's awesome. Go check out his channel, the BBQ Network. He does a lot of fantastic content. He updates his stuff a lot more than I do mine. So
Well, yeah, we're both so busy, man. It's great to talk to you. The last days of summer here, and well, I moved this summer and just trying to work, and now we got some good more content, 2 hours for all the people, and we'll come back with more. But that was great. I talk
yes.
about villains or movies anytime.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to have you back on the show. It was great having you guys in the comment section below. Let us know who the hell are your favorite villains of the 1990s, regardless if it's comics, books, anime, freaking games, television show, movies. In general, we might actually come back with another part two to this, because there are just so many different places that we couldn't go because of, you know what I'm saying, don't want to be on here too long, and plus, today's my wife's birthday, so
Happy
chill with her.
birthday.
But she gave me permission to come on here and shoot a video, so we good.
Happy birthday. That's so awesome. You guys have a wonderful night.
But we'll definitely catch you guys later. Again, I want to thank you, Kenner, for joining us. And guys, again, go check out his channel, subscribe, like, and hit that notification button on both our channels. And we'll definitely catch you guys later, all right?